Jumbo, fellow adventurers, Mike Dooley here. So happy to be doing another spiritual tune-up. Thanks for the great questions and the engagement below on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for the thumbs up on YouTube as well. Today is a question posed by you that it really hits a nerve and gives one pause and great trepidation, considering how powerful we are and considering that our thoughts become the things and events and circumstances of our lives. The question has surfaced several times in the last 20 years. Can our thoughts hurt people? And recently it was asked, can they hurt our pets? Listen to this. In a rage, I wished my husband dead. Then he died. Did I kill him? Woo! Never, never, never could any one of us think thoughts that would encroach or invade upon another person to a degree to cause any kind of bodily harm. It is utterly, totally impossible. So to this poor woman, this was long ago that I got that question. It's like, not in a million years could you think thoughts, no matter how vile and awful, that could take away somebody's power to the degree that they would suffer even a stubbed toe, much less death. We are all absolutely, totally untouchable by others. And that would be the conditions we would insist upon prior to coming to these sacred jungles of time and space. We're not going to go and be at the mercy of other people. Now, there's a lot of tangents here. Kids and children that are beholden and dependent on bad parents. Bad. And there are situations where perhaps sustained, consistent, twisted, tormented, hateful thoughts directed to a person could, if they allowed, enter into their mind and eat away at their own confidence to such a degree that it could prematurely, if you will, bring about cause for their ultimate death in a probability that was not foreseen prior to this incarnation. Your thoughts are very powerful, but for them to actually touch someone else, they have to be in on the game. They have to somehow acquiesce their power, give it away, put you ahead of their desires, put your thoughts above their own thoughts. This is extremely rare. It does happen. I am not blaming the victim. I have several spiritual tune-ups, I think back in March and April of this year, where I talk about the concepts of blame the victim and how they are fatally flawed. I talk about this being an adventure where we all go and we see the probabilities and we decide whether or not this will serve our adventure and our learning. But for the person out there who thinks something awful about their spouse, not that that's funny, realize they are untouchable. You are untouchable. We are all untouchable unless we choose to play some kind of game that does not serve us, as I just illustrated. The other thought, part two, that I got just yesterday, I believe, it was, quote, I worried about my elderly dog's health, concerned about his death, and he suddenly needed to be put down. Was it me? Again, this is based on the premise that our thoughts are almighty when it comes to shaping our lives and our joy. So if my thoughts are that powerful, did my fear and concern over my dog's or pet's death bring about that creature's death? Again, if there were, now it's different with an animal than a person. If there were sustained fears and thoughts for months or years on end of an extremely imbalanced, irrational nature that put your dog's picture in your mind, suffering and weak and vulnerable and fragile, I would have to say absolutely, your thoughts could bring about the ultimate decline in health to the point of passing of any beloved creature. They are much more vulnerable to our thoughts. But if you've got an old dog and you're afraid of their health and you think that they might die and then they do, that was not you. That was an old dog. You are far more positive, far more loving, far more encouraging of life than you give yourself credit for. All of us are. Oops, I almost turned off the Facebook. And so fear not. Your concerns, everybody watching, your concerns of a conservative nature, and I'm not talking politics, of a conservative nature, taking your vitamins, making sure your dog has proper veterinarian care, wearing your seatbelt, buying health insurance, all of these actions that we all are virtually required to do at this primitive juncture in time and space speak of our frailty and our vulnerability. They're not actions that a divine being of light would ever perform, but you should perform them. But think not that because you perform them, you are exposing yourself unnecessarily. You wear your seatbelt when you get on an airplane, right? That's a negative act of faith, but wear it, okay? Please wear it. And look, it doesn't really cause planes to crash, okay? Because we're far more positive and optimistic that things are going to work out fine, as you were with your dog, as we generally are with all matters in our lives. There was a tangent question by the same person. Let me address that now. It's very relevant. Can your dark thoughts, for anyone and everyone, even if only fleeting, cause unwanted consequences like those thoughts you want to bring about when you want to bring about wanted consequences? Okay, I've talked about this earlier, about our positive thoughts are about 10,000 times. Check that out. 10,000 times more powerful than our negative thoughts. And therefore, fleeting negativity, fleeting fear. Hold on, I'll put legs under that table. Fleeting negativity, fleeting self-loathing, all of those things that we are subject to have cannot tarnish your armor. You're okay. Do not worry that you worry. You could worry 18 hours a day, have 5 minutes of positivity, do a little demonstration that all will be well, and you will rock your life. Your life already is proof of this. Now, why would I say positive thoughts, negative thoughts? Positive thoughts, that's just judgment, right? But thoughts in alignment with truth, and there is a truth, that we are all of God, that we're here by choice, that we're eternal sparks of the divine, that our thoughts become things, that we're all one, that love is the binding element of all consciousness and reality. Those truths. Thoughts in alignment with those truths, boom, 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 become things really fast. When you think thoughts that we might call negative, even though that's judgment, one person's negative is another person's positive. When you think, I'm a dummy, I'm getting old and I'm falling apart, my dog might die, I'm stupid, nobody likes me, I can't lose weight, I can't make money, all those stupid lies. Those are lies. You're God Almighty. Your thoughts become things. It's like you have a magic wand. When you think those thoughts that are not in alignment with truth, that we would typically call negative, those are very hard to manifest. So long as every little day there's some effort on positivity and physical steps in congruence with them, you will rock your life. People don't know this, so they sit around in gloom 24/7, and those thoughts bring them down. But you're way beyond that. You're watching this. You're listening to me and you haven't turned me off yet. So now let this be reinforcement to what you intuitively know, that you're here for a reason, that all things are possible, that you're born to thrive and born to be happy 24/7 is possible. All right, thanks for your engagement. If you like it, click it, share it, wave, and give me a heart. Thumbs up on YouTube. You got to know by now, myself and Hope Koppelman are launching the 21-day writing journey beginning September 1. That's like next week practically. Okay, 9 days away. It's $29. Okay, it's less, just a little bit more than $1 a day. Or you can pay $39 or $49, variable pricing to help you out during these unusual COVID social distancing times. Writing has changed my life. Writing has made me wealthy in confidence, in friends, and in money. Writing is also a vehicle, and Hope is the expert here, on tapping into your greater self, unveiling truth, finding peace in any storm, and living your bliss. We're going to talk about writing in both of these angles, with goal orientation, or writing just to write because it's pure therapy and it is rocket fuel for all other things when you go within and unleash the magic. Check out the link under this broadcast right now on Facebook, or look at the link in my bio on Instagram, or go to tut.com if you're watching on YouTube for the 21-day writing journey. Join us. It's very cheap. Every day we will be writing by your side. Okay, see you tomorrow. There's lots of great questions lined up. And if you've got a great question yourself, post it below on Facebook or Instagram. Tally ho, amigos.